goals and achieving them energized Roel Refran to continue the race and win it. Good morning, Roel. Welcome to the show called Self-Made.
Magandang umaga. Good morning.
So we're so interested to hear your story. Can you please share us when you were a kid? Who inspired you?
Wow. So, I come from a middle-income family, middle class. My mother was a CPA working for the government. My father worked for a small medium enterprise doing odd jobs. No? My mom always told me, and then she was the one who was very hot on education. What she always told me was, ang mapapamanan ko lang sa'yo, Roel, is yung pag-aaral mo. I think that started my lifelong journey to learning. And learning doesn't have to be in the classroom. I applied that in terms of interacting with people. Every conversation, listen. Don't just always talk. Listen, because by listening, you will learn. The more time you spend talking, the more time you lose out on learning. So listen. I think my story is that if you have your values, and you have to know your values, what do you prioritize? For the kids nowadays, you have all options. You have to prioritize because you only have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. You cannot be multitasking all the time. So, but easier said than done. So prioritize because every step you make has to bring you closer to your goals. My goal setting naman I developed because I was doing sports 14, 15 years ago. I was a professional bodybuilder. So when I compete in the bodybuilding stage, my goal is how should I look on that day? What should I do now, 6, 7 months before the contest, so that on that day, I have no regrets.
But when you were a kid, what do you really want to be? What was your dream job?
You know, I wanted to be an engineer because I was surrounded by engineers, my uncles and all that. But my mom prevailed on me. She said, be an accountant, more opportunities. In fact, looking back, I think that was providential when she said that. Because if I were to give an advice to my, let's say, 15, 16-year-old self, I think just follow your heart and you don't necessarily know what you want to do for the rest of your life. It's so tough a responsibility. But at least keep your options open and don't adopt a closed mind. Simply because we also change, evolve, hopefully for the better.
So were you been a competitive child?
Yes, very. I'm number 3 or 4. So you know what they say about the middle child. You're always trying to catch the attention because you're not the bunso. You're not the panganay. So I don't know, maybe I was born to be that way, to always be the best I can be. And I always don't compare myself to others. I always compare myself to myself. Kasi I realized early on they're better, they have more resources. But ako, I can make use of the tools God gave me and hopefully become a better person.
Wow, that's so good. So what was the biggest challenges you encountered so far?
When my mom passed away 14 years ago, that was also a setback. When my father also passed away recently, I also realized, life goes on. It's a cycle. Challenges will always be there, but at the end of the day, just realize that you can only do so much, but focus on what will make a difference. Make a difference. Kasi sayang, when you pass this world, wala ka man lang different, wala ka man lang ibigay sa mga nakapaligid sa'yo na nagmamahal sa'yo. I think making a difference is a very good life objective for everyone.
So what is success to you?
Success to me is having a family, my kids having the values that I was given by my parents and that I pass it on to them. Hopefully the good things. That to me is success. Success also is taking care of my family, making sure that I'm there, present. It's more on that than career and than the personal achievement. Because at the end of the day, I think humanity, our being, that is what will define you. So I measure success on that basis.
So what's your dream for Filipinos?
Number 1 for the Filipinos, not to anymore look for work abroad, simply because opportunities are here. And they can be with their family, they can be, let's say, with their countrymen. And every time I go out, when I speak, when I make a presentation, I always hope the Philippines can also be as developed, let's say, as Singapore, as developed as maybe Hong Kong, not just in terms of the infrastructure or the development, but I think the mindset. We have to dream big because we can. Because the Filipinos are very smart, are very resilient, very friendly. We all have all the ingredients, except that sometimes we look down on ourselves. And that should not be, because we are a brilliant race and we are a very kind generation and nation. So the Philippines is a story in itself. Maybe not our generation, but for the next generation, to live in a world where there's order, opportunities abound.
Wow. So what's your best advice to the millennials?
You know, there's value in hard work. I think what I've seen is information is very easily obtained, but value in hard work, there are a lot of things. Learning is good if you also experience struggle.
Yes.
With struggle, you do harder work, you exert more effort. That way, it sticks to you. So you don't know anything. I always say this, you don't know anything. But you can learn a little bit every day. Sometimes because information is there, people say, I know everything. No. Don't ever be the expert, because an expert is someone, I say, is one who knows more and more about less and less until he knows everything about nothing. You don't want to be that person who knows everything about nothing. So learn and struggle. Enjoy the struggle in learning.
So how proud are you as a Filipino?
Oh, I'm very proud. Every time I go out, I represent my company. I'm an ambassador of the Philippines. I look at that, no? When I communicate with outside parties, not just in Asia but also in the world. I always tell them that the Philippines is no longer a sick man of Asia.
Yes.
It's a very strong economy, and because that's my world, the financial market. I tell them, you know, where the world is growing flat, we are growing by 6-7%.
Yes.
So very proud, because we are, at the end of the day, a very kind people, kind nation. So it's the personality, you know, and the soft skills rather than just the hard skills.
Yes.
That to me is what the Philippines is about. A land of opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Salamat. It's
Roel
my
Refran.
pleasure. Hope to see you again.
Every success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be called self-made.